Hello, fellow cardists. I wanted to pop in today and talk about paints with you for a minute. I did the other day, we had our live Zoom about color mixing, which kind of more was kind of a brainstorming session. So I haven't really uploaded the recording because I want to do another one with actual color mixing. But I've been thinking about something as far as when I give you your list of supplies and your color palettes and that sort of thing for a painting, mostly the color palette. Up until now, I've really given you a generic palette with pictures of the colors, a dark blue, a dark green, a yellow. But I find that I'm using a really core group of colors now. I'm trying to narrow it down to just certain pigments that I like and certain brands. And I thought I would share that with you in case you wanted to use those same exact colors. And going forward, I will also tell you which exact colors I am using. And with our color mixing videos and talking about color mixing, you can mix all your colors from your primaries. Do I do that? Some, not all. It is convenient to have all the colors, you know. But let me show you exactly what I use. And you guys can determine if you want to go ahead and get those same colors so that we're all on the same page when we're painting. It is nice to experiment, though, with your own colors, and I don't really want you to have to go out and buy a lot of things. So that's why I've sort of kept it generic and said use what you have, which is great. But I know there's a few particular colors that I really love, and I love how they mix, and I love the combinations I can get from them. So let me just show you what that is, and then I'm also going to show you the colors that I could mix, but usually will have handy too. So I do like, you know, I always recommend the DecoArt craft paints is what I use a lot. For a craft paint, they are great. They have better coverage, I think, than some of the store brands. But again, if you have it, use what you have. And lately I've been experimenting with some other fluid acrylics. So what I found that I liked and is the most affordable is the Liquitex. They're a fluid. I think this is about $4.99. It's a 4-ounce bottle. Much better pigment than your craft paints. There's other brands of fine art acrylics that have much more pigment, but you're getting very pricey when you start getting into some of those colors. So what I found was these are a great bang for your buck. What I've used since I started paint nights is a phthalo blue and a phthalo green. And I have continued to use just the same paints, these colors all along, and I use them when I'm painting all of my paintings. But I always kind of said to you guys, dark blue or dark green. But you know what? These colors mixed together are fabulous for teals and things. So going forward, I will just let you know, this is pretty much all I use for a blue is a phthalo blue. Same with the green, a phthalo green. And I will write up a little list and put that in the description here of the video. But I have tried different brands. I have tried as hard as I could to get similar color in the DecoArt, and I just cannot find as a pure green, a pure blue as this. I've tried and looked. Even, for instance, buying other brands to see what I could get. For instance, Artist Loft, I bought their phthalo blue, and it's not, it's more of a navy blue than the phthalo. So I've narrowed it down to what colors I use. Look at the difference right there of just the Liquitex, nice pure blue. This looks like it's got a little black and white in it. So it's really not the phthalo blue that I would recommend, which made me think I can't just say go buy a phthalo blue, because I'll show you what I'm using, and I like that pure blue better. So if we are going to talk about what I have in my standard kit, these are my top 2 go-tos all the time. The other colors in the Liquitex Basics is the primary yellow. These are pretty much the only 3 that I'm recommending for the Liquitex fluid acrylics. Their colors are fabulous. They have great paints. So if you like the colors, I think they're a great deal. But I'm trying to show you just the basics of what I have. And basics, this blue, this yellow. This yellow, even though it's not the CAD yellow, it's the primary yellow. I find this is the really nicest, purest yellow. It's great for mixing. It's great for glazes. If you take even the cadmium yellow, for instance, out of DecoArt, let me show you the difference there. So this is my Liquitex. Look, it's a nice pure yellow. This is the same CAD yellow, but it's in DecoArt. It looks like it has white in it to me. So it's going to dull down and mute some of your tones you mix with it. So that's why I'm giving you an idea why I'm choosing these. So if you wanted to add some new colors, I would go with these three. I'm going to make a list for you. I love those. Then black and white. Of course, we need black and white, whatever brand you have. I just think, again, the Deco Art has a little more pigment. So I just use the Deco Art black and white. That's fine. And for red, my favorite red all along and still is the Tuscan red. The Deco Art Tuscan red is the only red I use. It's the only red. I mean, I have other reds, but it's it can work for everything. It's a deeper red. It's a colder red. I know the lighting's not great, but I do also, you know, in my kit over here, but I'm not recommending you have to have it, is a Cad Red from the Liquitex. It's really more orangey. So you could just take your Tuscan red, add a scooch of that yellow, and you're going to have a warmer red like that. So that's why I'm not saying you have to have that. Oranges we can mix. We can mix our oranges from our Tuscan red and our yellow. But I do like to have an orange too. I would say the Liquitex, actually there's another Liquitex I would recommend, is the Cad Orange. I only have it in the heavy body, but it's the same color. Because the brightest orange I can find in Deco Art, again, same thing. It's a little bit more like it has white in it. Look at the difference. So I want the really pure color because I can add white to any color. So you've got your Liquitex there. I know it's hard to see, and then the Deco Art. It just does look duller to me because I think there's a little bit of white pigment in there. So I would add that too, and I'll put it in the list. So for my Liquitex, those would be the 4 colors. And Deco Art, black and white, super easy, whatever brand. Tuscan Red, my favorite. Another go-to that I would always have is a deep ochre in Deco Art, if you want to stay with the Deco Art brand. Yellow ochre in a Liquitex or anything else. But this color, you can mix it, but honestly, I use it so much that it's just a goldy yellow. You've seen me use it lots. I use that for mixing. I use that by itself. I love that color. The only brown I keep now is burnt sienna. I use the Deco Art because I can make this any shade of brown I want pretty much. I can add red to it and get a little more red brown, but I just add a touch of black and I get a nice burnt umber. I've tried every dark brown there is, and it's never dark enough for me. So I am just using this with a touch of black, and it gives me a nice rich dark black. Same with maroons. I can never find in any brand a maroon that is dark enough for me. I always just use a tad of black into my red. So maroons you can mix easily. You can mix your purples with your red and blue, of course. So you don't really need a purple, but I do have the I always say it wrong, dioxazine purple. It's a dark purple, but you can mix it again into anything that you need. I add red to it and a little white, and I get like a violet more. So this would be one that I would definitely have in my kit. So I'm going to go and show you now what I have, a few of the extra colors that I like and I use a lot. Are they necessary? No, but when you're painting and you're going along, you might not want to stop and mix up the shades. So I'm going to say I use a lot. You can see it's called Buttermilk. It's just an ivory color. You guys have seen me use it a lot. Easy to make. You could just take white, tiny touch of the ochre, but I use it so much I just want to have it handy when I'm ready. So that's kind of like, I don't want to say secondary because that would be the secondary colors we would mix from our primaries, but I'm giving you my have to haves, and then these are nice to haves. I also like to have this Vivid Violet. I can mix it with my purple and red and a little white, but I like that shade. So I have that. I love this color because it's just a color I love. It's actually empty. It's called Melon. We mixed it up. I mixed it up this morning on your video that you'll get for the bluebirds. I really went into a little bit of color mixing in that video, but I use it a lot, as you can tell. Used it on the milk can for the sky the other day. I use it a lot, so I want to have it mixed up. So for the price of these little guys, get all the colors that you like for the ease of it, but I want you to know how to mix them if you can, if you want to. I do like this orange. It's a Canyon orange. It's just a little more burnt orange. I like that mixed with some burnt sienna. It's a handy color to have. Again, I won't keep repeating myself, but you can mix it. But I do like that one as one of my secondaries. And I love this. Super easy. When you have this yellow and this phthalo green, you can mix up all the shades, and you can get a beautiful lime green with those two and a little white. I use it so much, I keep it in the bottle. That one is called Irish Moss. I really like that one. Again, that's empty because I've used it up. if you want to have some fun colors, I'm in the big, huge teal and pink phase still. I've been painting a lot with those colors. So I have a bunch, not necessary, but they're really fun colors. I love this dragon fruit. Beautiful pink. Can we mix it? Yes. I love the teal. So I've got this desert turquoise, which is kind of more of a blue, dusty blue teal, which I have found this is really nice for skies too. So that's desert turquoise. And then I also have peacock teal, which I like. And then these are more green teals. And again, these two colors with a little white make amazing teals. But I use them a lot, so I'm going to have them handy. And these are jewel green and teal mint. So that's about all. I love a quinacridone magenta just because, but it's very close to our dragon fruit, so you don't really need that. And when I do my ocean paintings, you've seen me probably, these two together, very, very dark, you don't even tell what color it is, are great to start the oceans. And then you throw in a little white back and forth and you get some amazing teals. So I'm going to write this all up for you, but I thought I would let you know going forward, I'm going to tell you the exact brand and color I'm using. Not that I expect you to run and buy it, but if you want to add a few colors, this might be the way to go. So I have my have-to-haves, and then I have the fun colors. And then, of course, whenever, I mean, we all do it. We shop and we have like a million different shades of everything, you know. That's great. But if you want to kind of slim down and not have such, I mean, I have so many paints, I'm trying to just go through them to keep a core group. I think it's a good idea. So you guys, hi Norma, I see you're watching. Thank you. And if you have any questions at all, put them in the chat here. I'm going to make this into a post and we can talk back and forth about it. And I will put the list in there for the paints that I like. I also talked about it on the video that will be released with the bluebirds. So thanks for taking time on your Sunday afternoon. I will see you soon. Bye guys. Now I have to figure out how to end it because I haven't done many live streams and I should have looked at that first. But anyways, I'll see you soon.